What's up guys, welcome back. TCG Metagame Breakdown for November 20th, 2017. Okay, last weekend we had YCS San Diego indeed, so roughly 1 month after YCS Dallas and also like a couple of weeks after YCS London. Next YCS will be here in Europe, which will be upcoming weekend, which is going to be YCS Prague. So the statistics and the decks, very interesting for us European players and especially the ones who are attending YCS Prague upcoming weekend. But you know, past weekend and yeah, past week, a couple of tournaments like the YCS, like YCS San Diego, regionals, locals, the CTS, the Challenge Tour stop as well. A couple of decks ready and a couple of interesting results also. All the sources will be in the video description. I know a lot of deck lists from the YCS or deck profiles are already up on YouTube. Like the live video might be a little bit more interesting, like hearing the actual players' thoughts about, you know, his card choices. So again, everything will be in the video description, all sources, etc. Let's start off with the biggest event from past weekend, that was YCS San Diego. If I'm not mistaken, there were like a little under 1,000 people, so I think like 950-ish players, which I think isn't really that many players, but anyway, the top 30, eventually the top 32 cuts, for me at least, wasn't really a surprise. And again, going into the quote-unquote yet a couple of weeks old new TCG format, as you see here in the chart, 17 Spiral decks, Pendulum Magicians and both Trickstars, almost the same representation in the top 32 cut, and Spiral Magician, I'm not really sure if that particular list is released yet, and one ABC, that list is revealed and will be shown here later. But again, no surprise, Spyrals, pretty much, it's not really a tier 0 format anymore, but pretty much from the results here from this particular YCS high caliber event, we can see that, you know, we might pretty much have like 3 top decks, and one of them being the dominating deck, which is Spyrals of course, but both Trickstars and Pendulum Magicians are somewhat close, and I'm perfectly fine with this. There is definitely some diversity in the current TCG format. And then quickly here for the top 4 representation, 50% Spyrals, so 2 Spiral players managed to end up top 4. The one ABC player was like the underdog, and I believe eventually ended up the top 4, but I think the 3rd place, and the Trickster guy made it to the finals as well. And you know, I believe everyone already has seen which deck won, who actually won it. Again, it was Faisal Khan. Well, again, he managed to get to the finals at YCS Dallas a couple of weeks ago, and you know, he lost to his brother back then, and now, again, he managed to take it all the way to the finals, and, you know, finally winning this this time, and again with Spyrals. This is his list. Again, the live profile should be up, link will be in the video description. I believe not too many special things. Well, 2 things that actually caught my attention. First of all, that was the lack of the Foolish Burial of Belongings, and you know, the Spiral spell that special summons a Spiral monster from your hand. You know, after the ban list, the TCG ban list, people thought, at least I thought, it would find its place to the, you know, the main deck of the Spiral players, to work yourself, at least increase the chances of getting 2 Spiral monsters on the field and, you know, opening your link summoning shenanigans, but not in the main deck. Second thing here about Faisal's list is triple Spiral Tough in the main deck. For me, that was surprising, and from the deck lists we saw from the OCG past couple of weeks and months, we saw Spiral Tough popping up, but mostly like a one-off in the main deck, you know, revealing your opponent's top deck. If you're hit or wrong, doesn't really matter, but the most important thing was give you the information about your opponent's top deck, and then possibly followed up with the Spiral Super Agent from your hand. So again, possibly giving you 2 Spiral monsters on the field, but him playing 3 Toughs in the main deck, that's something, at least for me, I haven't seen that much. Actually, I think that was the first time, but again, Faisal winning it here, the whole YCS, right? The second place Trickster deck has not been released yet. If it's like revealed, I'll definitely put it in the video description. Third place ABC, for me, well, it was a surprise, then again, not really. You know, not really, because ABCs didn't really got hit by the most recent TCG list. Well, only set rotation, the loss of triple set rotation did hurt, but yeah, the player here definitely opted to still run the one of set rotation and the Gateway of Chaos, I believe the name is. Double Cockle-Doodle-Doo in the main deck, definitely interesting. Also something we saw from the OCG players months ago, you know, when ABC was still one of their best decks. The Strudel still in the main deck, no surprise again, you know, Ancient Fairy Dragon being a very important tutor, Triple B, and yeah, pretty much like 7 ABC monsters in the main deck. Skill Drain in the main deck, that's like a cheesy deck on his part, I like that definitely, but a lot of Floodgates again in the side deck with the Unending Nightmare, Anti-Spell, very crucial against Pendulum Magicians, one of the strongest decks here currently in a TCG, and you know, no surprise, evenly matched. It just makes no sense that Excite-A-Knight is banned and evenly matched is at 3, since again, I haven't been, at least I haven't seen all the matches from the YCS, but at least the matches I saw or heard, like reading online, is that evenly matched, when activated, it just flat out won you the duel, or you know, the opponent was not really able to recover from that. So triple evenly matched is like pretty much a side deck, even if not a main deck staple, depending on of course which deck you're running. So ABC deck, ABC 3rd place, definitely interesting. 4th place we have Spyrals, nothing too spectacular, I believe. The Gamma in the main deck, yeah, the Double Foolish indeed, something I was talking about earlier. Imperial Order as well, and yeah, the side deck, all those hand traps, evenly matched Dimensional Barrier, yeah, that pretty much sums up the current TCG format. We also saw at Deception returning very close to top deck, at least to topping the YCS, but he lost on a bubble 7-3 with Inferno at 60 card. Again, the live profile should be up on YouTube. I believe it was Simo that made his live profile at the event. Again, link will be in the video description. Okay, that's it for the YCS. So now let's go to the challenge tour stop from Complexity Card Gaming. It was, the challenge tour stops are like small locals. I'm not really sure how many people exactly attended this event, but eventually the event was won by Trickstars. As you see here, this should be the list again. All sources will be in the video description. Nothing too spectacular, I believe. Somewhat of a standard Trickster list, right? Again, it's Trickstars. I don't think I need to explain this. Second place, that was interesting. Both second place and third place was Burning Abyss. The second place here is BA with Shaddolls Fusion in the main deck. Definitely a very nice, can I call it a tech? Well, you know what I mean, right? Shadow Fusion going for Winda, definitely very strong anti-meta monster, especially against Spyrals, you know, pretty much a Vanity's Emptiness for you, and yeah, and your opponent of course, but yeah, quite interesting here, BA and Shaddolls. Third place was also Burning Abyss, but more of a pure version, a pure build of Burning Abyss. Again, nothing too spectacular here. Fourth place against Spyrals, but then again, it's still Spyrals, right? This player opted to main deck the Double Foolish, but other than that, nothing too spectacular. A couple of regionals, first one here, and that's interesting, one of the new, well, quote-unquote new archetypes, the Magical Musketeers. Again, not, well, I believe Magical Musketeers, they are good, but they are not enough. Sadly, they won't be the next Zodiac Beast, but yeah, on locals level, on regionals level, the deck can do something, the deck can definitely top, but if you look at the YCS, high caliber, big events, a lot of rounds, 10, 11, 12 rounds of Swiss, that a particular deck needs to play consistent, at a consistent level, bullets fall short. Yeah, Magical Musketeers fall short, although this particular list was able to end up first place at the World Championship qualifier in France. Quite interesting, this list with triple, what is it called, lose one turn indeed, and evenly matched also, probably caught a lot of players off guard. Again, upon activation, it just pretty much flat out wins you the duel. And same for Rivalry of Warlords, one of the strongest floodgates still, especially for this deck also. We have a top 8 at the, I believe again, the challenge tour stop in Dublin. We have dinosaurs, quite interesting. We also seeing, at least for the OCG, dinosaurs popping up with Shaddolls, also because of the new dinosaur. It's the Overtech Quetzal. Yeah, you know, the guy that I believe can negate stuff from your opponent. Definitely interesting. Watch out for that attack later during the upcoming weeks. First place True Draco here as well. I'm not really sure, it was the KS Regional. Yeah, Asian Persuasion has like a couple of live profiles up on his channel. Again, link will be in the video description if you're interested in the live profiles themselves. Here, another first place. This was at our locals. Again, Luigi and his channel, is it Brick City Live, I believe? Again, link to the live profile will be in the video description. First place, World Chalice win a box tournament at our locals here in Belgium, in Antwerp. First place of World Chalice. I believe, yeah, eventually split pot in the finals. So the finals wasn't played, but yeah, you know, going undefeated here, World Chalice. Quite interesting. It's something different, right? And last but not least, we see Weathery. So next to Magical Musketeers, we also saw Weathery entering the TCG format, but you know, Weathery aren't really doing anything in the OCG. It's also quite a strange archetype, and this particular build, this particular version ended up 6th place at the World Championship qualifier. Not really sure in which country. I think I should have noted that, but yeah, again, not really sure how many players attended this particular event. But still quite interesting Weatheries, but the deck probably will not be like one of the best decks going into new format, but still quite interesting, and props to this guy of getting 6th place at the World Championship qualifier. So all the lists, again, all sources will be in the video description. Props to them. Guys, that's it. Thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.